Hello, this is Manesh Patel from EII Capital Group. This is July 10th, 2011. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency markets where we go for all the major currencies plus a couple of other currencies. Okay, before we begin, this is our normal disclaimer. This is for education use only. All charts that you're going to see are even from Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Here are my contact details. You can follow us on Twitter, Ichimoku Trading, or you could also access any of our free videos at ichimokutrade.com. Okay, let's go ahead and start beginning, and let's go through all the major currency pairs. Remember, on the left hand side is basically the weekly time frame. On the right hand side is basically the daily time frame. Okay, so let's just start going through, and actually let's just go for the major pairs right now. If you look at the Euro USD on the weekly time frame, basically we've been bullish trending. And now basically what's happening is that we're kind of consolidating here at the top, but we're still in a bullish trend pattern, believe it or not. Major supports at 39.06. And if you look here on the daily time frame here, you could see that basically it's bearish right now, but really doesn't say anything on the daily because we're just consolidating. You can see that from the higher picture from the weekly time frame. Okay, you basically, if you look at your resistance level, it's going to be at 45.78, which is the pivot. So that's the resistance level, and support level is going to be 39.06. Okay, let's go for the pound USD. Pound USD, really nothing going on. It's finally entering a major pullback as far as the weekly is concerned, which is basically a bearish trend as far as the daily is concerned. Major support level is going to be at 59.14. And major resistance level is going to be at 61.91, but there's nothing really there at all right now. If you look at the US yen, really nothing going on a daily or weekly. In fact, if you're looking to trade these pairs, you can't really trade anything off long term at all. It has to be everything short term. So you have to look at the 120-minute time frames and lower just to sit there and look at any opportunities to trade these. Okay, Australian USD. If you look at Australian USD, still bullish trending as far as the weekly is concerned. Daily is just going sideways. It looks like if it could sit there and break the 795 level, this thing's going to go higher, retest the highs, and keep you maybe going. But it has yet to enter a major pullback at all. So this is very strong right now, bullish. Look at New Zealand USD. If you look at New Zealand USD here, you could see that basically over here, it's broken out and starting a bullish trend. Well, it's continuing its bullish trend basically on the weekly, but broke out of a little consolidation pattern as far as the daily is concerned, and it's moving forward up and up and up. Okay, Euro CAD. Let's look at US CAD and US 50 first. US CAD, if you look at here on the weekly time frame, it's still bearish trending, kind of consolidating here at the bottom. Notice the red line and the green line are kind of converging together. That's more towards a bullish movement. So this may be it, and it finally may sit there and do a major pullback as far as the weekly is concerned. If you look in the daily time frame, really nothing there. It's just consolidating. Major support level is going to be here at 95.62, and major resistance level is going to be 9800, where it's got to get above that level to even start looking at opportunities there. I would be very careful on trying to short this right now. If anything, I would look for bullish opportunities only if they arise, but I wouldn't look at it until it gets above 9800 at least. Let's go look at US SWITSI. US SWITSI is still very strong to the bearish side on the weekly time frame. On the daily, you could see just consolidating here, but nothing really there at all. So there's nothing there. Let's go look at Euro CAD. Euro CAD, if you look at the weekly time frame, has nothing going on here. It's getting close to its major support at 35.76. If it holds there and then starts going above 4001, then we can possibly start a bullish trend on both the daily and the weekly. So I'll definitely look for that right now. But the key thing is it's got to hold this 35.76 level. If it doesn't hold that, then this is going to start a bearish trend to the bottom side with some time, but still a little more tilted towards the bullish side, believe it or not. Let's go look at British pound and yen. Nothing really there. Let's look at Australian New Zealand. Australian New Zealand, if you look at it, nothing really going on here. It's just kind of going sideways right now as far as the weekly is concerned. If you look on the daily time frame, it started a bearish trend here. came back, held its major resistance level at 29.89, is now retesting lows about 2800. If it breaks down below that, then this can sit there and start moving below the cloud here on the weekly, but it's still a long ways in starting a trend on the weekly. So be very careful on Australia and New Zealand going short on the daily time frame. Reason why is it's going to go for a little while, and then eventually it will have to undergo a major pullback. So be very careful there on that one. Let's see, Euro Switzy. If you look at Euro Switzy, data's not coming up here. It's bearish trending on the weekly time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, it's done a major pullback. Now it looks like it's trying to retest the lows. Key levels here are going to be basically resistance going to be 2383 and support's going to be about 1800 as far as that's concerned. Let's go back here. Let's just make sure we haven't forgot any currencies out there. We did Australian CAD. Let's do Australian Switzy. If you look at Australian Switzy, on a daily time frame, really nothing going on there at all. A little slow today on the internet for some reason, but it should start picking up soon. Let's go look at another currency here. We're just scrolling down. Let's look at Australian, Euro Australian. If you look here on the move here, there's a major move down here. It's at the low part of its range right now. As far as the daily is concerned, we're just waiting for the weekly to pop up. It's taking a little time. Let's see if we can shorten the time period. We're still not getting it. Let's just flip over here to Euro Australian over here and look at it on the weekly charts here. And you could see that basically it is bearish trending as far as the weekly is concerned. So the weekly and daily are basically bearish. So I definitely sit there and start looking for opportunities here, especially if it breaks this level here at 32.49. If it breaks it now, I'll still hesitate because it's kind of did a huge movement down. I really was expecting a pullback up. If it gets a pullback up, kind of gets to about 34.57 or 35.33 and holds there, then it could be a really good possibility of going short, where Australian is going to get stronger compared to the euro. This thing really has 2 weeks to sit there and break the lows. If it does, then it's going to keep on starting a bearish trend to the downside. So definitely put this one on your radar, along with New Zealand USD. Those are the two trades right now. Definitely look at moving forward. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you next week.